The air crackled with anticipation. Supporters had gathered in Pennsylvania, eager to hear former President Donald Trump speak. The rally, however, took a terrifying turn. Gunshots pierced the air, transforming the atmosphere of excitement into one of panic and chaos. This was no accident. It was an assassination attempt targeting the former president. The incident sent shockwaves across the nation. It raised urgent questions about security measures at political gatherings. It also ignited a fierce debate about the increasingly volatile political climate. The attempted assassination served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in a deeply divided nation. News outlets scrambled to cover the unfolding events. Witnesses shared harrowing accounts of the shooting. The nation held its breath, waiting to learn the fate of the former president and grappling with the implications of such a brazen attack on American democracy. The gunman, identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, had managed to breach security. He was armed and dangerous, his intentions clear. Crooks opened fire on the unsuspecting crowd, his actions plunging the rally into chaos. One rally attendee, tragically caught in the line of fire, lost their life. 2 others sustained injuries, their lives forever marked by the events of that day. The air filled with the sounds of screams and the echoing gunfire. Panic rippled through the crowd. People fled in terror, desperate to escape the hail of bullets. The rally, intended as a show of political support, descended into a scene of fear and bloodshed. Amid the chaos, a local SWAT officer emerged as a hero. Present at the rally, he reacted with extraordinary courage and decisiveness. His training kicked in as he assessed the situation in a split second. The SWAT officer returned fire, his actions preventing further carnage. The gunman, momentarily caught off guard by the officer's swift response, ceased firing. This brief pause proved crucial. It allowed a Secret Service agent, positioned to protect the former president, to take aim. The agent neutralized the threat, fatally shooting Crooks. The SWAT officer's bravery undoubtedly saved lives that day. In the aftermath of the attack, all eyes turned to the Secret Service. The agency, tasked with protecting the president and other high-profile figures, faced intense scrutiny. How had the gunman managed to get so close to the former president? Critics questioned whether there had been a lapse in security protocols. They demanded answers, seeking reassurance that such a breach would never happen again. The Secret Service, while maintaining that its agents acted swiftly and decisively, launched an internal investigation. The agency vowed to review its procedures, determined to learn from the incident and strengthen its protective measures. The attempted assassination served as a harsh reminder of the constant vigilance required to safeguard those in the public eye. Section 5. Google under fire. Accusations of bias. The controversy surrounding the attempted assassination took an unexpected turn. It ensnared tech giant Google, dragging the company into the heart of the political firestorm. Conservatives accused Google of bias, alleging that the company had suppressed information related to the shooting. Their claims centered around Google's autocomplete feature. This feature, designed to predict and suggest search terms, was strangely silent on the topic of the assassination attempt. Meanwhile, it readily offered suggestions for searches related to other historical assassinations. For conservatives, this discrepancy was no coincidence. It was evidence of a deliberate attempt to downplay an event that reflected poorly on their political opponents. The accusations tapped into existing anxieties about the power and influence of tech giants in shaping public perception. Section 6. Conservative outrage and demands for action. The allegations against Google ignited a wave of outrage among conservatives. They viewed it as part of a larger pattern of bias from Silicon Valley, a deliberate attempt to silence conservative voices and control the narrative. Prominent conservative figures, including politicians and commentators, amplified these claims. Social media became a battleground, with hashtags like #GoogleBias trending as users expressed their anger and demanded accountability. Some conservative lawmakers called for congressional hearings, seeking to investigate Google's practices and determine if the company had indeed manipulated its algorithms for political purposes. The controversy highlighted the deep distrust between conservatives and the tech industry. Section 7. Google's defense algorithms and automation. Facing mounting pressure, Google issued a swift denial. The company vehemently refuted any accusations of bias, maintaining that its search algorithms were automated and not subject to manual manipulation. Google explained that its autocomplete feature relied on complex algorithms that took into account factors like search volume, relevance, and the freshness of information. The company insisted that there was no human intervention in the process. Furthermore, Google emphasized its commitment to providing users with unbiased and comprehensive search results. The company pointed to its track record, highlighting instances where it had surfaced information critical of all sides of the political spectrum. Section 8. Tech giants in the crosshairs, a broader debate. The controversy surrounding Google's alleged bias became a flashpoint in a much broader debate about the role of tech giants in shaping public discourse. It ignited long-simmering tensions about the power of these companies and their potential to influence public opinion. Critics argued that tech companies, with their vast reach and control over information flow, held an unprecedented amount of power. They worried that this power could be used to stifle dissent, promote certain viewpoints, and even sway elections. The debate transcended partisan lines, with concerns about the influence of tech giants being voiced across the political spectrum. It raised fundamental questions about free speech, censorship, and the responsibility of these companies in a democratic society. Section 9. The power of platforms. Shaping narratives. At the heart of the debate lay the undeniable power of tech platforms in shaping narratives. Search engines like Google, with their ability to determine what information users see, wielded immense influence. Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, with their algorithms that prioritized certain content, played a key role in curating the information users consumed. The choices these companies made, whether intentional or not, had real-world consequences. The algorithms that determined what appeared in news feeds, the autocomplete suggestions that guided searches, and the content moderation policies that determined what was deemed acceptable all contributed to shaping public perception. Section 10. The delicate balance, free speech, and content moderation. The debate over tech giants also highlighted the delicate balance between free speech and content moderation. Tech companies faced increasing pressure to combat the spread of misinformation, hate speech, and harmful content on their platforms. However, their efforts to moderate content often sparked accusations of censorship, particularly from those who felt their viewpoints were being unfairly targeted. This tension was especially pronounced in the highly polarized political climate. Finding the right balance, a way to curb the spread of harmful content without stifling legitimate discourse, proved to be a complex challenge. It required a nuanced approach that respected both free speech principles and the need to protect users from harm. Section 11. A Digital Age Dilemma: Technology, Politics, and Violence. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump, intertwined with the controversy surrounding Google, underscored the complex and often unsettling intersection of technology, politics, and violence in the digital age. The internet and social media had become both tools for political engagement and potential weapons. The ability to spread information rapidly and widely, while empowering in many ways, also created opportunities for the dissemination of misinformation, propaganda, and incitements to violence. The shooting served as a stark reminder of the real-world consequences of online rhetoric. Addressing this dilemma required a multifaceted approach. It demanded collaboration between tech companies, policymakers, and civil society to foster a digital environment that encouraged healthy debate while mitigating the risks of online harms.